What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out a title called Dark Quest 4, which, as I understand it, is kind of like a digital version of Heroquest. And I, being an 80s baby, I love Heroquest just as much as everyone else born inside of that decade. It is, after all, the best game ever made. And so today we're going to be taking a look at this for about 30 minutes, seeing if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list, or if it's one of those games you would rather pass on. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, I got a link for you down below in the description. You can check that out there. On top of that, you can also take a look down there and find a bunch of other Nerd Castle links. But let's go ahead and dive straight on into the game. Let's maximize our gameplay here today and see if we can have a good time. This video is completely blind. I'll be trying to give you my first impressions along the way so that you can make an educated decision as to whether or not you wanted to play the game. But there was a heavy storm outside. The clouds gathered. I stood by the window lost in thought when the messenger arrived with news that shattered everything. The Dark Sorcerer has unleashed his puppet Gulak, a vile fusion of orc and goblin blood, a necromancer whose very presence freezes the soul. He was sent in the shadowed valley beneath the bald mountain. His minions prowled through the night, taking villagers from their homes under the cover of darkness, stolen in silence, never to be seen again. They were dragged to the caves deep inside the mountain by some of his half-kin, wretches born of darkness, monsters in their own right. I really like this art style. Like, it's not the most sophisticated art style, like, technically, but, like, I really like it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the brush strokes. I don't know if it's like, it's almost like airbrush, to be honest. Either way, I really like it. It's very saturated, and I feel like it actually captures sort of the vibe of 80s RPGs, which is one of those bygone things that I wish would come back, dude. Fantasy stuff was so much cooler in the 70s and the 80s, dude. Like, artists back then, like Frazetta and whatnot, had that just, like, locked in. Gulak had begun experimenting with dark magic and he needed living subjects. He sought a way to turn these frail villagers into creatures of unnatural strength. With a wave of his hand, he twisted their bodies, turning bone and flesh inside out, shaping them into monsters born of pain and magic. Honestly, rude. That's the word that I would use to describe this course of action. Just generally rude and ungentlemanly. With another wave of his hand, he pulled lifeless bodies into a growing mound of flesh, bones snapping and limbs melting together, grotesque and towering, stitched from death itself. All these horrors now unfold within the caves, deep inside the mountains, sealed by rock and darkness. The Dark Sorcerer and his puppet plot in silence, preparing their assault against the Empire. I have spoken with the Emperor about the coming storm, and by his command I shall call upon the Old Alliance, our last hope against this rising darkness. I have sent each of you a letter detailing your task. Let me guess, he's gonna pick like 5 people to go handle this like galactic level threat. He's not gonna send an army. There's gonna be like 3 guys, and they're gonna be the ones responsible, right? By the time this reaches your hands, we will have established a camp by the edge of the forest. I pray you come with haste. Let courage guide your steps through the coming darkness, for our quest begins here.
Who dares challenge me?
Well, apparently a large selection of heroes. I went ahead and skipped the tutorial because it wasn't like crazy compelling stuff, but this is our camp. I don't know too much about it right now. It looks like we've got like 2 separate guys with things above their heads, so maybe I'll give that a look. We've got the first step over there and Menacing talons. So I'm guessing that this is the guy that sends us out onto quest to go throw down with Gulak. All right, what does the trainer do? Let's say that I want, what do we have over here? Oh, cool, we've got like stuff we can buy. Throws an axe to the enemy to deal 1 physical damage, 25% chance to get a second attack. We can also remove all actions from the target creature. Okay, how many coins do I have? I have 5 coins right now. The game has like a fun little diegetic bag that all of your coins go into, sort of like Kingdom New Lands style. So they like flop around inside of there and clink around. I like that kind of stuff. I think it makes the game more fun. With 5 coins, yeah, let's go ahead and buy double attack. There we go. And so is double attack actually, oh, it's on my barbarian. Gotcha, but that's all of my monies. Unfortunately, I am incredibly destitute right now. So let's head on into a quest. So we've got Into the Fray, and we've got the first step. I'm glad the letters I sent you found you in time. While we wait for more heroes to join us, we should investigate the depths of the nearby dungeon for any clues that might confirm the rumors of missing people. Okay. Let's go ahead and we will select you and you and you. We only have the 3 heroes right now, so we might as well. We've got ourselves like, I don't know, a homeless guy, a LARPer, and an alcoholic. Those are the 3 classes that we have available to us for right now. Wizard, go and open the door. Oh, look at that. We've got a number of battle chickens around. Okay, my wizard might get eaten by battle chickens here. That would be pretty unfortunate. I don't think you can attack on diagonals. If this has the exact same rules as Heroquest, you definitely cannot attack on diagonals. So let's just block this off so that the wizard does not get mangled. And then don't move anywhere. Go ahead and throw that. So if you've never played Heroquest before, it's actually a really simple, super outdated game. It is definitely a Games Workshop intellectual property from the era of titles like Chainsaw Warrior, or from the era of games like a Talisman would be another one. It's still like a game where you roll dice to see what happens, but it's like considerably more simple than playing something like Dungeons and Dragons. Ow, dude, don't chew on my barbarian, bro. I don't know what these zombie chickens have to say to any of us, but it's time for them to go. A big point of Heroquest is opening doors. That's a major part of the Heroquest experience, is just opening doors, and you're going to see that inside of this game, albeit minus the fun plastic miniatures that you get inside of Heroquest. Oh, look at that. We've got a treasure chest over here. Let's break it open. So we got 2 gold coins. That's a trap tile right there. Different characters in this game. You can right-click on any of the characters that you have, and it'll tell you how good they are at dealing with traps or how good they are at dealing with magic, so on and so forth. Their chances of resisting and whatnot. The dwarf is the best at dealing with traps, so we'll have him check it out. Good. So that's all taken care of. I don't want the wizard up in the front right now. So let's crack this door open maybe, and it looks like we've got ourselves a skeletal archer. So what you're seeing at the beginning of this, the little number that it's putting on each of these guys, we're rolling for initiative. Initiative is one of the, did I not get to attack right there? Oh, I guess I gotta play that, and then yeah, do that right there. There we go. Okay, so I just did it slightly out of order. We didn't get any treasure or anything for killing that guy, which is kind of a bummer. What's in that room right there? More treasure? Go get it. There's one thing dwarves know they love. It's alcohol and treasure. Let's move over here. I guess you can go grab the treasure. Why not? 3 more coins for leveling up my characters. That'll be good. Crack that door open, and we've got another horde of battle chickens. Okay, let's get a first attack off on him, moving up to adjacency right there. I would like to kill as many of these as I possibly can before they get to take a turn. The game also has these action cards, basically. This is straight out of Heroquest. The action cards, very, very specifically, are a Heroquest-y thing, where as you get further into Heroquest, all of your guys get different cards and stuff like that that they have on their person to allow them to do stuff outside the realm of just their normal movement and attack. Now, in Heroquest, if you've never played the game before, in Heroquest, you always get 1 movement and 1 action, and actions are pretty limp. What is that thing? I'm gonna click it. Oh, it's the stairs. Gotcha. So we're out of here. We're searching for clues as to what the great enemy is up to. All right, we'll go up the stairs. But as I was saying, in Heroquest, you get to move, and then you get to take an action. And an action is basically an attack or anything that's inside of your hand that you want to do. It's been a considerable chunk of time since I played around with Heroquest, but as I recall, that's how the whole thing worked. It's a very, very simple game by modern standards when you've got games that take up, like, entire walls in your house. The chest is empty. That's filthy, dude. This guy really is a villain. I hate it. Okay, do we want to go down the stairs over here? Let's go down the stairs over here. One thing that, oh, we actually completed the quest. That's all that it took. I mean, it was an introductory quest, and there's a quest book when you play Heroquest, and the earlier quests are pretty easy. Alas, my letters have finally found you. Almost all of you are here now, except for 2.
Who dares challenge me?
Oh, nice, dude. We got a bunch of guys inside of here. I'm gonna have to go through all of them to figure out what they're good at. or what they can do. Oh, you can only take them into one quest. So they are varying things up a little bit from this game's board game roots. I don't remember that being a rule in HeroQuest. So we've got ourselves a Lancer. Okay, Lancer's decent at dealing with traps, has decent movement, okay defense. And it looks like she has a piercing attack, which will be good. All right, that's nice to have. No, don't bring her. Bartola the Savager. What does the Savager do? Looks like she's just got a basic attack for right now, but she does have more HP and movement than the other guys. And her initiative looks pretty good too, so that seems all right. Who's this guy over here? Bartram the Knight. Bad movement, good HP, no trap save, so that's not good. Does he do anything special? Not yet. Not until we get him equipment or spells. And what's the difference between this wizard and the other wizard? My guess is that Caldrius is going to have a lot of AoEs and stuff, because this guy over here seems more focused on the arcane arts. We do have an alchemist that's unlocked since the last time we played through. What can the alchemist do for me? They give us some extra cards, so increase your health by 3 to 4, so we can get healing potions. A double turn potion. It looks like if our health goes below 4, heal by 7 to 8, otherwise 2 to 3, increases your defense and magic resistance. Okay, so we can actually clack out a little bit with some extra stuff. How many coins did I get there? I've got 7 coins. I would like to see a number over here, so I have to count them with my eyeball, just like 7 up in the corner. Probably pretty easy to add, but let's get something for the knight. So at the start of combat, you have 50% chance to charge and attack an enemy. That's not bad. I think that's all right. After you attack, there's a 33% chance your closest ally will attack. If the target ally is attacked, attack them back. Grants the ally an extra action. Yeah, let's get that. That seems really, really, really nice to have. In the case of the Lancer, let's level her up. Reduces enemy defense by 20% with every attack. When you block an attack, attack back. We're going to want that too. We're not going to have a lot of active abilities for right now, and that only leaves me with a single coin left. But let's take the Knight, we'll take the Lancer, and maybe we'll take the Archer, possibly? That sounds all right. We don't really have any magic support here, but our magic's kind of limited at the moment anyway, so let's just take the Archer in, and it looks like we've got the first step or Menacing Talons. Let's do the first step. Oh, never mind. That's the tutorial. We don't want to do that. Let's go fight Menacing Talons. A terrified farmer stumbles into camp. My chickens, they've turned undead. My dog scared some off, but the rest fled into the old dungeon. You have to stop them before the cluckening returns. This seems... I don't know, dude. This seems like it's kind of beneath the heroes, but we'll give it the old look. 2 chickens inside of here that are already ready to throw down with us. You guys move up. I probably should have gathered up on the door a little bit more carefully. Oh, yeah. I got to play my attack and then my move. We did parry twice, though, which is rad as hell. You guys attack right there and then move over to there. Down goes the chicken blocked me too. I like to imagine he caught the arrow in his beak and was just like, "Bark!" Like he's actually like, you know, the Kung Fu master chicken out here. Let's go for a pierce through right there and then move up. Good stuff. 1 chicken down. And hopefully this chicken does not catch my flail. Where you're at is fine. I'll take that. I do wish that the combat animations were a little bit more sophisticated. Like, the game is trying to pay homage to its board game roots, but I do think that there's, like, clearly, like, everything here is animated except for the attacks and whatnot, and so it would have been nice to see that stuff, but that's the way it goes, ain't it? Open the door, and we've got a trap over on that side. I'm guessing the hunter is probably our best person at dealing with traps. Just stay where you're at. You got him. Good stuff. I do wish the arrows flew a little bit faster, too. How good are you with traps? 60%, same as the dwarf? Okay. Move up, and everybody else will just kind of, like, gather so that we're close to a door here. And then we'll end the turn. Step here. 60%. Hey, we disarmed the trap. Nice. Open the gate. It is stuck. Fair enough. Looks like we're going to have to take the long way around. Move up and open the gate, and it looks like we've got a 3 HP skeletal warrior over here, and it looks like he drank a potion or something so that he gets like a double turn. I don't really know. It says he has 1 additional action, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. Let's go over to here. I think in the original HeroQuest rules, you can't fire a ranged attack through a character, but I don't know that for certain. One hit right there, and then a block on the second one. Good stuff. He should be able to make that shot right there, though. Oh, he's also got some blockination for him, too. All right. Oh, we're too far away to attack from right there, so I'm going to need to do a physical attack and then tell him to move back, I think. Okay, I guess I'll just smash him then, and we'll hope that this arrow gets its way through. It did indeed get its way through, so we're in decent shape there. I do like the little things like the rulebook laying on the side over there. That's really, really nice. He's got the Dungeon Master screen in front of him. Heroquest had a very, very fancy Dungeon Master screen that looked super awesome. I'm just going to gather up by the door. I'm not going to open it yet, though. We don't have, like, a time limit or... oh, my God in heaven. That's so many chickens, dude. This is a serious pack of poultry down in here. Let's go for a pierce through on him. This guy right here may end up being a problem, so I'm going to shoot at him and then maybe move over to here. Yeah, just get the range guy because the rest of these are going to have to close the gap anyways. So hopefully it'll be all right. Big block right there. Definitely take it with a counterattack with the passive that we just purchased. Unfortunately, they're explosive chickens. Who could have ever guessed that they would be basically just suicide bomber chickens up inside of here? Another big block, and with a piercing counterattack. Let's go. Okay, we're soaking a little more damage than I would like to soak right now. Let's go with you piercing through right here, and like, I don't know, can you step back? Can't step back. Pretty sure that guy's gonna blow up. Oh no, he didn't blow up. Okay, that's good. We found the one chicken that isn't packed to the gills with nitroglycerin, so that's good. Let's search this. There is nothing here. That's another thing from Heroquest, is that Heroquest had a wide selection of resin furniture that would go inside the dungeons according to the setups that were inside the Dungeon Master's manual, because Heroquest was sort of a competitive game. Like, one person played a pseudo Dungeon Master that was technically the bad guy in the storyline. And so anyways, he would set up all the furniture where it goes, and then you could search furniture to see if there was secret passageways or if there was treasure in it or anything else. We definitely want to grab that treasure chest before we move on. Let's go get it. Treasure chest, what you got for me? 3 coins. I'll take that. And if at any time you wanted to check how much gold you have, just click on the bag over here. There's also like card decks and stuff. All these things are like interactable. They glow, or they make like sounds or something when... Yeah, see? They all make sounds or talk back when you click on them. A lot of nice little details here considering how simple this RPG is. But, like, it's true to the source material is the thing. Like, Heroquest was a really, really simple, beloved game, dude. All right, disarm the trap. We did disarm the trap. You wait over there. Maybe bring her over here as backup just in case there's something inside of here. There was nothing inside of there. The door is stuck. I don't know if I can repeatedly try to open a door and maybe get a chance to open it on up, but I wish that I had bought a health potion. That's what I really wish. Are we like on the 2nd floor right now? What floor are we on? Another trap tile over here. Okay, move everybody up, although obviously it's going to be the ranger that's going to be taking care of this for us. Oh, he failed on that one. I can't even really complain about it because he succeeded like the last 8 times with a 60% chance. So like what's there to be upset about, you know? Ooh, treasure room. Oh, dude. Why's it gotta be like that? There you go. Give me some actual treasure in here, man. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to run like an adventuring operation on this end. You guys are making it real difficult. Oh, there's another floor. That's super bad. I hate that. 1 coin on the dead guy, though, which is nice. There is a super zombie chicken inside this room. So if we were going to do something, we should probably do it now. Shoot him and then move back over to here. He doesn't have a lot of defense, so we should be able to, like, I don't know, do something here. Pierce through. Do I get double damage because he takes up a 2x2? I do not. My pikeman just got laid the hell out, unfortunately. You move up and I guess do the exact same thing. This is what happens when you fail your defense roll. Nothing good. Hey, big block right there, though. Another big block. I'll take it. I don't know if we're getting through this, but, like, I'm giving it my best shot for right now. The double attack action is really what's getting us into trouble. Hey, we have defeated the ultimate chicken that was down inside of here. Let's take it into this room, and that gave us like a hatch, maybe? Ah, definitely a hatch. Okay, you go to the hatch as well, and I'll pop you out right there. Let's go grab that treasure. Found nothing, and hopefully that's the end of the quest. Oh, it is most assuredly not the end of the quest. Do I want to go back in there, or do I want to go to this thing? Hey, it's the end of the quest. I don't know why we're celebrating. We lost a guy. They got murdered on the way down here. I am covered in friend blood right now. All right, but I guess a victory's a victory.
Who dares challenge me?
This guy died, and so they're injured, and they start at half health. How do I have to let them rest for a week in order to do that? Well rested, +1 health on the next quest. Okay, so we're definitely doing like some party management here. Like we do have other little mechanics to play around with. I got to do 2 more quests before I get the vendor. How much money do I have? I'm pobre. We've got 10 gold right now. Whether we want to use that for level ups or whether we want to use that wizard. The game's so campy and kind of like an old school Gauntlet Legends kind of way. You can't help but like it. Wizard! I want to see what the Fire Mage can learn. What can the Fire Mage learn? Deals 2 to 8 magic damage on an adjacent enemy, 1 to 2 magic damage in a 3x3 target area. That would be nice. 2 health. So does it cost him health in order to use this? Oh no, I think he's summoning a critter that has 2 health. Okay. And then we can also make a firewall. A firewall might not actually be a terrible idea. Let's get the firewall. That sounds good. I like the firewall. And then from there, I might spend the rest of our money on, like, healing potions. Yeah, let's just get a healing potion. And then Fire Mage. He already has the healing potion, so we can't buy another one. It leaves me with 3 coins. We might be better served doing an upgrade. What does the dwarf do? Hide inside a barrel and attack whoever breaks it. Okay, a spiked barrel. Attracts attention and returns damage to the attacker. Let's try that on out. Something that actually takes the focus off of us might be good. We will take the Fire Mage. All right, so we've got Divided Against Darkness. 3 heroes awaken in isolation, each confined to a separate, mysterious chamber, with only scattered clues and cryptic messages to guide them. They must navigate perilous corridors and evade hidden traps. Unaware of one another's immediate plight, subtle hints and shared symbols gradually reveal the existence of their comrades. And we do have somebody that's good against traps. I just wanted to make sure we had somebody that was good against traps. This game does come with a campaign creator, by the way. It's right on the main menu. When I was fooling around with the title, there is a campaign creator. And so I'm hoping that when I check the workshop, which I just did in between edits, there would be a bunch of stuff on there that people have already made. And so, yes, technically, if you like Heroquest, this game has endless content crafted by people you don't even know on the internet. There is a hatch right there, but I don't know if I want to send him down it. And then we've got to roll the Skull of Fate with our wizard. Let me see if I can... Oh, I have to. I have no choice. Okay. Well, obviously that one's not going to go anywhere. Everybody's in combat right now. He got to act first, which kind of sucks. But let's physically attack him, and then we'll move over to this side just so we're advancing through the dungeon. The enemy's now down. Check the door real fast. The door leads to a giant death pit. Sorry, wizard. You're going to have to just... You're just going to have to figure this out. The Skull of Fate. So we either take a health point of damage or we recover one. Hey, we recovered one. All right, we got lucky. Treasure chest inside of there. Let's have him take the hatch. The hatch has led him over to that side, and we managed to get through... Oh, Christ. This would seem like, to me, a really good time to use Firewall. So it's saying I gotta choose a location to move to first. Oops, I accidentally bypassed his turn. That's not great. Definitely open the gate, but the wizard's about to have a bad time, I think. Dwarf blocked his attack, which is nice. Didn't block the second one, though. Got absolutely crunched by the second one. You open the gate and get on in here because we gotta, like, fight. We gotta do this thing. So they're all going after my warrior. Hopefully he manages to pull together some block. I accidentally bypassed his turn when I was trying to cast Firewall. Let's go fire damage on him. Oh, never mind. I'm on the warrior right now. All right, let's smack him. And then maybe move over to... I can't move over to there. Okay, just stay where you're at then. 3 damage out. It's something. Let's go... Let's just see if we get through this one without too many problems. He blocked my attack, so that sucks. 1 magic damage right there, and then move back by 1 in case he explodes. Chickens have been known to do that during the course of this adventure, so like... Ooh, nice little double block. Triple block action right there. Who doesn't love triple block? I'll take it. Go ahead and attack right there. Just keep damage going out on him, and then for you, you're going to ranged attack while moving up to here. Fire Mage, clearing him out for the warrior. Attack right there, and then just stay where you're at. He's probably going to blow up, but like, whatever. My dwarf is horrendously mangled right now. This guy has been getting really lucky with his rolls. We'll go right there, and then we'll move over to this side. No block, so... Hopefully the 2 guys we have left are enough to get us out of here. I don't know. Looks like we can travel that way, but I'm going to wait for everybody to group up. All right, all grouped up. Everybody through the door. Ugh, we've got another floor we've got to do. This is going to be a mess. No enemy, and we got nobody to deal with traps either, which is really kind of problematic. They've only got 1 HP. I feel like, can you hit him from right there? Can you hit that one? No. Okay, well then just move over to here, and we'll hide behind this corner, and we'll force them to move. Continue forcing them to move. They don't trigger traps. That's upsetting. I was hoping he would trigger a trap. All right, Barbarian, you got a job to do. Smack him up. Yeah. Give him the old smackaroonies, and then you move down into here. I'm going to avoid that trap entirely. Just like in Heroquest, you can move a hero through another hero if you desire to do so, which is very, very helpful in this situation. Treasure. Let's go for it. Hopefully no traps. If I remember correctly, in Heroquest, there can be traps on chests. Hey, that's the quest right there. It's short, it's condensed, and it's fast, but it's basically a really, really good recreation of Heroquest. Like, I don't know if Heroquest has a digital version. Heroquest only has a digital version that exists through Tabletop Simulator. So this game has like a little bit of a problem on its hand. Like, it has a pricing conflict. So this game is $20. Tabletop Simulator is also $20. The difference is with this game, you only get 1 game. You get Heroquest, whereas if you get Tabletop Simulator, you get every single game that's ever been programmed ever, up to and including very, very rare titles like Magic Realm. And so, frankly, one of my observations right now is that you should drop the price down to $10. I realize that game developers hate hearing things like that, but you're competing right now with another product that gives you all of the board games in human existence for $20, whereas your game is 1 board game for $20. Just an observation. If it was me, I would drop the price down to like $10, like $11, something in there, just to make it a little bit more enticing, because you do have a gorgeous art style. Like, the game is really, really good looking. I love the way it looks, in fact. Oh, it looks like the well-rested bonus stacks. That's kind of cool. I dig that. The 2 other adventures, it's got to be like the elf, and it's got to be like another character. That's what it's got to be. We do have a blacksmith now, though, which lets us get equipment cards. So we have a plus 20% chance to block physical attacks. What's your block chance? His defense is 40%. We could raise that up to 60% if we gave him a shield, but he's tired right now, so we probably don't want to apply upgrades to him. How good is the knight? The knight has 60%. So let's give that to the knight. How much coinage do I have right now? I've got like 9 gold. Okay, so let's give the shield to the knight. I think that would be a really good idea. Her block chance is still 40%. What does she do that's different? What's the difference between the Savager and the Barbarian, I wonder? Let's go look at the Savager's cards real quick and see what the Savager does that's a little bit different. Attack again when you kill an enemy. That's pretty good. I like that. That's really, really solid. We also have a 33% chance to heal by 1 when we damage an enemy. We can force enemies to attack us. What's her block rating? Block rating's only 20%, so I'm not totally sure I want enemies attacking her all the time. Might not be the best idea. Let's give her Bloodthirsty for the double attack. That feels like that's going to pay back in like spades as we get further on into the game. She's got plus 3 HP on this run. Let's bring, I mean, he got a piece of equipment, so we might as well bring him. And then we need somebody that's good with traps. I'll bring the archer. How much money do I have left? None monies. 0 of the monies, but hopefully, oh, he's got the healing potion. Can I take it off of him and give it to somebody else? I can. Very nice. Okay, so let's give that to her, and then we'll dive into our next quest. But my closing thoughts about this title, it's Heroquest. Do you like Heroquest? Have you ever played Heroquest before? If you enjoy Heroquest, this is effectively a digital version of Heroquest with more character classes, kind of like an expanded experience, basically. A nice graphical tile set that looks really good, and a workshop that will allow people to make all kinds of things in perpetuity for this title. If you play a lot of Heroquest, if you enjoy playing Heroquest with your friends for nostalgia's sake or whatever else, this seems like a fairly reasonable choice. I haven't seen anything that jumped out at me, except for like sometimes placing AoEs is a little bit weird in this title. Like it takes some getting used to placing AoEs with the way that the game attaches your movement to your attack. Like it takes a little bit of effort to figure that system out, but ultimately that's what I would boil it down to. If you like Heroquest, this is a very solid recreation of Heroquest. If you do not like Heroquest and you think that it's a crappy game that has outlived its stay in the board game world, probably not going to have that same entertainment value. This right here is a game that is relying pretty heavily upon 1980s nostalgia. That's really where this is operating out of, from the way that the graphics look, from the way that the characters look, from the way that the game plays. This is very much a blast from the past, from a time period where board games were very, very different and based on D6 systems. However, there are some extra little accompaniments here and things added on in that do make the game fun, like the Darkest Dungeon style management you have to do in between runs with characters that are tired and whatnot. And so all in all, I dig it. I would like to play around with the actual campaign designer. So let's go and let's take a look at the campaign editor over here. And it looks like we've got a number of different tile sets and things that we can fool around with. Really, it's going to depend. Like, I would love if you gave it like vague D&D things you could do inside of here too. That would be really cool. But we can go with a Tower of Mirrors, a Black Dungeon, a Spider Cave. Okay. Yeah, they've got like a full-on editor inside of here. So like we could start out with like a little, yeah, let's start out in the corner over here with that bad boy over there. And then we've just got like walls that we can draw out. So we'll make like that first room right there, get that going. Yeah, dude, I could see the appeal of it that you could play around with. I would definitely recommend an easy DLC for this game for like $2.99 would be just adding more tile sets basically, but I guess it kind of depends on how well the game actually sells. I don't know if you can link these things together into like a larger campaign, because I think unifying it. So if we go back to over to our campaign real fast, let's dive into here. You see how we've got this guy over here? I would hope that you could create one of these grids yourself too and create like full campaigns that people could play through instead of just like one map. But it looks like there is a worlds button up there, and so pretty solid chance we may be able to actually do something like that later on down the line, because there is import worlds here that you can do. Sorry, I was looking at the Steam workshop on the browse button. It opens up the Steam browser. And so yeah, dude, I mean, this is a nice little dose of nostalgia for anybody that likes Heroquest. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games, so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we had Dark Quest 4. Tomorrow we'll have something else. Thanks for hanging out with me. That's about all I got for you, folks. Bye.